using authentication modules in AIVA. In this tutorial, we will create a reusable module in order to save time when many of our tests start with the same login procedure. Modules are like reusable blocks that can be used within tests. You can create them, edit them, and run them almost exactly like full tests. Let's check out the Modules page in AIVA. Creating modules works like creating tests. Click Create New Module. Just like when creating a test, we need a starting URL. For module type, we select the Authentication module used for logging into the tested app. Finally, we just click Create New Module. We will record the steps to log into our tested app, just like when we were creating a test. After typing the username, we will click the pencil icon to edit the step and change the typed text from a static value to a variable. Choose Variable. Give the variable a name and close the pop-up. Before typing a password, turn on hiding the typed text using this icon. Note how the typed password is now hidden. But this is just a visual feature. You can always view it. As with the username, let's make the typed password a variable. No surprise here, the next step is clicking the Login button. We're nearly done with the authentication module, but one thing still remains to be done. As the last step, we will usually want to add an assertion to verify that the login process finished successfully. After selecting the Verify Text tool, just click the text to be verified. Let's add one more assertion. This time, however, we will draw a rectangle just around the username we want to verify. As before, we will edit the recorded step to make the verified text a variable. Importantly, though, this time, we don't type in a new variable name, but instead we reuse the username variable that we defined previously. That way, we will have one variable that controls what we type and what then gets verified. We are now ready to save the recorded module. You can see that the module definition looks very similar to a test. Let's see what we can do with it. If you want to check that it works as intended, you can run the module by itself, as if it were a standalone test. Instead, we will click Create New Test to use our new module as part of a new test. That brings us to this already familiar screen. This time, though, we don't want a fresh browser session starting with a URL. We want to start our test with our new authentication module, and that option is already pre-selected for us. Note that the variables we defined in the module are shown here, and we could change their default values if we needed to. AIVA now first executes the module, bringing the tested system to the logged-in state before handing over the controls to us to start recording our test case. For the purposes of this test recording, the variable values we specified in the previous step are used for the login procedure. You will have the option to override the defaults for each run of the test as well. We will record an extremely simple test case this time. Just log out and check the result. After logging out, let's use the Assert tool to verify that we can again see a login button. And that's our test. Notice how extremely simple it is, thanks to the fact that the entire login process is encapsulated in the module. Thanks to that, not only are test definitions much shorter and simpler to understand, but most importantly, should something ever change about the login procedure of the tested app, you just have to edit the authentication module in one place, and the change will be reflected in all tests. Let's run the test with the default variable values. Of course the test passes, why shouldn't it? Now let's see what happens if we change the variables and try to log in with the wrong password. We will change the pre-filled value here and then hit Enter or click Run Test. Unsurprisingly, the test has failed this time. We can see that the test execution didn't even reach the first step of the actual test. The failure was already in the authentication module. If we want to see the details, we can just click the name of the module to open its execution result. Once there, we can see that after successfully typing in the specified credentials, the expected welcome message wasn't displayed. That's exactly why we added the assertion in the first place. And that's almost it. Just for your convenience, here's another way to create a test using a module. You don't have to start from the module definition screen. Instead, just start creating a test as in the first tutorial, but now, select that you want to start with an authentication module. Select which module you want to use in case you have more than one. And that's it. Now you know how to use authentication modules in your test to make your life easier.